my goodness. This is lovely. Okay. What? Look at that. Yes, girl.
Once again, it's another episode of Iwing Marketplace Highlight. We're still in Laurel, and this time we are with Bertha Ekoko, who is building an empire. She's doing some amazing stuff, and she is, I can say, one of the best entrepreneurs I've seen
Yes.
lately.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Bertha, can you tell us how you got started?
Thank you so much, Ivan, for having me. So I've been in business ever since I was a little girl. A lot of my friends that know me, from back home growing up can attest to that. I started off selling calabar chalk, pancake, a whole lot, you can name them. A lot of times back growing up back home on vacations and stuff, our grandparents, especially my grandmother, used to give us money after school. She used to say, "Oh, take this money and go get something to start to do a business for the vacation." And one thing I used to do is sell granite. So I always go to the market and buy granite and sell and make. So that business thing has always been in me. Is This is not the first time, but of course, coming to America in 2005, I've always been ambitious. Trying different things. One of the things that I tried so many things, and so far everything that I have tried when it comes to business has been successful. And one of the things that I stick with was decoration, event planning, and micro shading. Decoration. I've been doing that for about 7 years now, and that has been successful, and it's still successful. And now last year I introduced a new hustle. Well, not a hustle. It's a business, a new business, micro shading, which I'm now doing, and I now own a shop at Laurel doing micro shading, and recently I added lashes to it. So it's been an adventure. It hasn't been easy. It's been a struggle, but because I'm very ambitious and business is just a part of me, I've been able to make it work. And of course, by the grace of God, everything has been going successfully.
Wow, amazing. I just
Yeah.
love the story.
Yeah.
You see, when I said she's building an empire, because I didn't know like how many services she has going
Oh
on.
yeah, a whole lot. I have a whole lot of services. I actually had to cut down on some. People say I'm jack of all trade, but I believe that I'm jack of all trade and master of all, because that's what it's always been. If people that know about me, I've been doing a lot. And I started off I've done shoes, covering shoes with Ankara material. I did that. I made money off of that pretty well. I did hair, weaves, braids. In college, I used to do people's hair. That's how I used to make my money. Um, with me, it was just a time for everything. I did those, and then I guess it was time for it to end for me to move into the next adventure.
Wow.
The next adventure for me was decoration, which I do pretty. I mean, my decoration business is Miss Prettyful Delight,
Wow.
and it all started from me doing one of a friend's bridal shower. We had to use another person because I was part of the planning committee. They had to use another person for decoration, and the money was just too expensive. And being in a small group where everybody is struggling, nobody could afford doing the decoration. And one of the girls in the group, because they know that I'm so talented, I've been able to do a lot of things, and everything that I do, somehow happens to be successful. And they opted for me to do this decoration. And in my mind, I'm like, what? I've never done decoration before. And this is someone who is known in the community. Like, she has a lot of people coming to this event. And I just was, it was hard, but they trusted in me, and they believe, and they all insisted for me to do the decoration. Guess what? I did it, and I was shocked at myself. That was my very first event, and it was at Courage Mancho's bridal shower. And ever since, I've been doing events, decorations, and sweet
Wow.
tables.
So you have a pretty slave
I have Pretty Slave
grow.
Brows LLC, which was open last year. I
Mhm.
have Miss Prettyful Delights. It started off as a dessert table, but now it's a whole event planning and decoration.
So how do you manage these two businesses, coupled with the fact that you know, you have a little daughter
Mm.
as well.
So it has not been easy. I think, with when it comes to businesses and anything like that, you have to have the passion for it first. If you're not someone with a passion, you can't just see somebody doing something and you want to do it too, because trust me, it's gonna fail. Because you can burn being a business owner can really burn you down. And if you're not strong enough, if you don't have that passion for that thing, you're not gonna succeed. So one thing that I do have is passion for everything that I do. I have the passion, and that passion has been driving me through, and it has been helping me, manage all the other businesses and of course my family. um, I eventually had to stop working because, one thing I wanted to do is to become my own business, my own boss, own my own business and be able to do that successfully. And I realized that working for other people, with my 9 to 5 that I had, was not working for me. So I had to branch out of that to focus on this empire that I'm building. Pretty Slay and Miss Pretty Delight.
Wow, that's amazing. You're one of the few people that I've met have actually successfully branched out and they're
Yeah.
doing their own thing. To take that decision, how did you feel? Were you scared or nervous?
To say I wasn't scared, and that would be a big lie. I was scared. It took me years. I've talked about it. I had a conversation with my sister, who eventually discouraged me from doing that, because of course I'm a single mother. I have a daughter who depends on me. I have family back home who depends on me. I have my bills. I live in my own place. I have to pay that. So I was thinking about all these things. That almost stopped me from taking that bold step, which
Mhm.
was, but something in me kept telling me, do it. If you do it, you're going to succeed. There was always that voice, even though everyone else around me was like, no, don't do it. So in January, I eventually took the step. It was hard. I didn't plan it, but of course I had, while I was working there, I was building something else. So I
Right,
had something else to fall back to, which was, my pretty slave brows. So
right.
in my mind, I'm like, okay, regardless, I'll do everything it takes for me to, make sure I succeed, in doing this. If it comes to decoration, now decoration is seasonal, so of course I don't get to do that all the time. But I'm like pretty slave brows, I do micro shading. Micro shading is good, but it's a little slow. So I end up adding lashes to it. Lashes is something people do every 2 weeks. So I'm like, there's some income is gonna come in. So I trusted in my guts and I went for it, and God definitely helped me, and He's been helping me ever since.
Wow, I love that. And the fact that, you're already a brand name, you've been a business for quite some time and
Yeah.
you've already built a community,
Yes.
it's really wonderful. So let's talk about previously browse first.
Yes.
So how much will it cost someone to do it, and what are the benefits of doing it?
So Pretty Slave Brows came from the eyebrows. That was my inspiration when I came up with that name, because Slay, I believe that um as a woman, the first thing people see is your brows, your face, and
Right.
then when it comes to your face, your brows has your face. Your brows has your face. Women, men, let me tell you, you might not notice that until you get your brows done. I've had a lot of, and it surprises me, because I used to think when I start this business, I'm going to be having a lot of American clients and stuff. But surprisingly, our people are more open to this than anything else, because they've noticed, they've realized that, you know, this is something that I need. This is something that is going to change my face. It's going to make me look different. Brows is everything. So once your brows are done, which is a semi permanent makeup that is done on your brows, basically it gives you a full look. If you're someone who does not know how to do your brows or does not know how to draw your brows, just throw those pencils away and come to Pretty Slay. Right there and there, we're going to make sure we do a micro shading on you. And with micro shading, it can last between 1 to 3 years with touch ups in between. And it's the best investment you can ever make for yourself. So far, everyone that has done micro shading has, up till now, they're still thanking me, It's the best investment. It's time. It saves time. It saves you money because with me, when you do your micro shading, our brows grow every week or every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a service that I offer, which clients that have done your micro shading with me can always come back and make an appointment to clean your brows. So it comes with a lot of benefits. You will never have to spend money on your brows again by doing micro shading.
Wow, that's amazing. And even if you go swimming,
Even if
it
you go
still
swimming,
stays
exactly, you
there.
go swimming when it's hot, it stays. You waking up, your face is on point because brows. The brows has your face.
Wow.
Every morning you wake up with micro shading, your face is always on point. And if you're someone that struggles with brows, with doing brows, because brows takes time to do, it takes a lot of time, and not every time you do the brows will come out looking good.
Right.
Sometimes you have bad days. So to make that easy for you, the best thing to do, I tell clients, just come, get your brows shape out the way you would normally like your brows to be,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be the shape that you have to follow. Even if you want to add something else to it, the
Right.
shape is already going to be there. You wouldn't need to add anything else, but sometimes people want extra boldness.
Right.
The shape is already going to be there. You can just follow that and achieve the look that you're going for.
So, how do people book in advance, or they can walk in? How does it work? And what else do you have to say to people, the ladies around in Maryland, and those that are visiting Maryland who would like to visit you to do some brows?
So right now we take appointments, clients by appointments only because this is something that requires a lot of privacy. And with COVID, I don't like for people to come and sit while I'm working on somebody else. I need
Right.
privacy, and also to not spread any, because after every client I clean, I make
Mm-hmm.
sure the place is clean, take the trash out and everything, and arrange the bed, set up for the next client. So because of that, we're only doing booking by appointments. And I can be found on Instagram, where you can find my booking link on my bio. My Instagram page is Pretty Slay Brows. If you go on Instagram, it's one word, Pretty Slay Brows, and on there you should be able to see some of our work. Our address is on there. You can just click on it and it will bring you right to our place. And our booking website is on there too as well. And of course, we're located in Laurel, Maryland, South Laurel.
Nice, nice. And I know you gave so many tips already, but I know so many young people going to be watching this, and they're looking at you now like a role model.
Of
You
course.
actually successfully quit your 9 to 5. So what advice do you have for people out there who want to follow your footpath and become their own boss?
So I'll say, if you before you make any move, when it comes to business, choosing that business, before you even choose the business, make sure that that thing that you're choosing to do, you're passionate about it, because it will get to a point where you get tired. And business is not easy. Don't let anybody fool you. It's not. It comes with a lot, and it comes with a lot of sacrifices. If it's not something that you're into, you're gonna fail. And once you choose that thing that you're really passionate about, stick to your goals, trust yourself, trust your instinct. um, Also with that, try to make sure you have backup, to fall back on, because in the beginning of you leaving your 9 to 5, it's not going to be easy. You will have some slow days, you'll have some days where you're struggling, trying to balance up, life and business. So make sure you have something to fall back on, when it comes to, and don't just go out. And it's okay to rent a place when it comes to business. But what I did when I started doing micro shading, I started from home. I took the training and I bought my little bed, bought all the necessities and stuff and put in the house. That's how I started doing micro shading. And that money that I, accumulated from working from home, I used the money to open this place. And after I got the place, that was when I decided, months after, I decided to, stop working, because I didn't just want my business to be in the house. I wanted my business to be out there. Doing this is not to just have, I needed to have exposure to the community in general, and not just, my friends or Cameroonians. I was trying to be exposed to everyone else. That's what it takes to become a successful business owner. You can't just stay in the house. And sometimes people say, when I opened this place, a lot of people, I had a lot of mixed, people would tell me, "Oh, congratulations! I'm so proud of you for doing this." And I had some people who would say, "Oh, are you sure? Why did you go get a place? Maybe you should have just, kept working from home, stay working from home, so that way you can save money and taxes and all that." No, you can't take that mentality into business. You're not gonna succeed. You're only gonna stay in one spot. So I'll say if you feel like doing it, do it. But just make sure you're making the right move. But the most important thing is trusting your instinct. Trust your instinct. Trust your guts.
Wow, this is wonderful. I mean, I feel inspired already just listening
Mhm.
to you. I mean, this is really nice what you're doing, trusting your instinct,
Yes.
taking that bold step, realizing that, this is the time to branch out, not just
Right.
operating from, your home. Kudos to you. And, keep watching Iwing Marketplace Highlight. Please share this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are in Laurel and you have not visited,
Yes, pretty slave brows. Make sure you do
then
so.
you're missing out. And if you're coming to town or you have an event, in Maryland, and you have to fly in, make sure you come check her out.
Yes, and we also offer training. Right now, I'm the only Cameroonian in Maryland so far, if not, in America, that is doing micro shading. And I don't want this to just stay within me. I'm open to doing training to anybody else who is interested in this. I want us to grow, to expand our community. This is something new, is good money. Right now, things are slow, but trust me, this is something that, can get you somewhere. So I encourage all of you who may be interested in becoming a micro shading technician to contact me. I can train you and help you become your own boss when it comes to the permanent makeup world.
Boom. That's it. So we're out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man, for having me.